Let's be real. If someone told you right now that you could unlock a hidden third eye inside your head, you'd probably raise an eyebrow. Sounds a bit crazy, right? But what if the wildest thing about it is that the signs are already happening, quietly, in the background of your daily life, and most people just shrug them off? It's not about seeing ghosts, levitating, or joining a secret club. It's about realizing that you've been living with blinders on. All that talk of pressure between your eyes, weird coincidences, or time warping. Yeah, those could actually be the universe's way of nudging you awake. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The world teaches you to doubt your own senses, to ignore anything that can't be measured, labeled, or sold. But what if those strange little moments, those glitches in the matrix, are your invitation to a life that's deeper, more creative, and honestly, more you than ever before? People waste years searching for purpose, battling anxiety, or feeling out of place, never realizing the answer might be hiding behind a single, mysterious eye. Ready for a shortcut? Stick around, because you're about to discover the controversial, counterintuitive signs that your third eye might already be wide open, and what to do about it, starting today. You know, it's funny how people always look for signs in the clouds or wait for some booming voice to signal a change. Yet sometimes the first clue is right in the middle of your forehead. That curious pressure or tingling between the eyebrows isn't just some random sensation. It's more like an invitation from your own body, a gentle nudge towards something deeper. You might feel it while brushing your teeth, daydreaming, or sitting in silence. It's subtle but persistent, and once noticed, it's almost impossible to ignore. No need to panic. You're not growing a horn. It's just your system waking up to a hidden part of reality. When that feeling appears, take it as your personal wake-up call. Try closing your eyes, breathing slowly, and focusing on the spot where the sensation appears. Don't expect fireworks, but do notice if memories, ideas, or random images start to bubble up. Some folks like to jot these down, even if they seem strange. It's all part of the process. And this is just the first sign. Sometimes a new kind of headache follows closely behind, but for a reason that's more mystical than medical. Now, if headaches start popping up out of nowhere, you might be tempted to blame stress or that extra cup of coffee, but sometimes there's a deeper story. These headaches can feel different. They cluster around the center of your head, showing up after meditation, deep thought, or even in moments of peace. It's as if your mind is rewiring itself, getting used to a new frequency. Instead of reaching for painkillers, consider that your brain is adjusting to energy that's not exactly physical. It's the price of admission to a more awakened way of living. If this sounds familiar, try a simple experiment. Next time the headache hits, pause and breathe into it. Some find relief with gentle practices like meditation, Reiki, or even just resting in a quiet, dark room. Instead of fighting the discomfort, get curious about it. Sometimes you'll find it eases up when you stop resisting and just listen. And once your mind starts settling into this new state, you might notice that your gut feelings, those flashes of intuition, begin to sharpen in surprising ways. Ever had a hunch so strong that ignoring it felt impossible? When the third eye stirs, those moments of intuition don't just become more frequent, they practically shout at you. You might suddenly know who's calling before you pick up the phone, or get a gut feeling about which road to take that saves you hours. It's as if your internal compass gets recalibrated, guiding you through decisions with a new sense of certainty. This inner guidance isn't always logical, but somehow it tends to be right on the money. If you want to boost this effect, start trusting your weird feelings instead of brushing them aside. Next time you get an unexplainable urge or sense of warning, pause and check in. Write it down, act on it if it's safe, and watch what happens. Over time, you'll notice these signals become stronger and clearer. And as your sensitivity grows, the world itself might seem to shift. Sounds sharpen, lights feel brighter, and you'll find yourself craving calmer spaces, because now your senses are going through their own upgrade. Suddenly, ordinary noises can feel overwhelming. Crowded spaces seem louder, and bright lights are more intense than ever. This isn't you losing it. It's your awareness tuning up, making you more sensitive to the world's subtler layers. You might find yourself avoiding busy malls or seeking out dimly lit, peaceful corners. Even the ticking of a clock or the hum of electronics can feel amplified, nudging you toward environments that support your new vibe. It's your body's clever way of steering you toward introspection. Want to feel better? Create a small sanctuary, a place where you can dim the lights, lower the noise, and just breathe. Noise-canceling headphones, blackout curtains, or even soft music can help you recharge. Take note of how much better you feel when you're not overloaded. As you embrace this change, don't be surprised if life begins sending you a string of meaningful coincidences, those little signs that you're in sync with something bigger. Ever think about someone and then they suddenly call you, or notice a certain number popping up everywhere you look? When your third eye is waking up, synchronicities like these stop being rare and start feeling almost routine. It's as if the universe is sending you winks and nudges, letting you know you're on the right path. These coincidences can bring answers, open doors, or confirm decisions you've been pondering. Start recording these moments, no matter how trivial they seem. Keep a journal and write down every odd coincidence or sign. You'll soon notice patterns and maybe even spot messages that feel custom-made for you. It's a bit like living in a secret code where every day holds clues. And as your connection to these patterns deepens, you may find your dreams taking on a vivid, cinematic quality, packed with meaning you can't quite shake in the morning. When your dream world lights up with new colors, wild symbols, and moments where you know you're dreaming, welcome to the next phase. Some nights you'll wake up breathless, memories still fresh, wondering what hidden message just played out. These dreams can feel so real that they spill into your waking life, nudging you to look for answers and hidden truths. Sometimes you'll even wake up inside the dream and realize you can steer it. Want to harness this? Place a notebook by your bed and jot down details as soon as you wake up. Over time, you might notice recurring themes or symbols that point to real-life issues or opportunities. Treat your dreams like secret letters from your subconscious, or maybe even something greater. And once you start tuning into these nighttime adventures, you'll likely notice you're picking up on energy in waking life too, sensing moods, vibes, and atmospheres that others might miss entirely. It starts off almost like static electricity, a gentle tingling in your hands, or a sense that someone's mood hits you before they even speak. Maybe you walk into a room and instantly feel whether it's welcoming or tense. This isn't science fiction. It's the awakening of your ability to perceive subtle energies that shape the world behind the scenes. You're starting to pick up on the unspoken currents that move between people and places. Curious to develop this sense? Try holding your hands a few inches apart and focus on any sensations that arise. Warmth, tingling, a magnetic pull. Next time you meet someone, quietly tune in and notice what feelings surface before words are exchanged. This can help with everything from healing practices to simply protecting your own peace. As your sensitivity increases, even your sense of time may start to shift, stretching or shrinking in ways that'll make you question what's truly real. Minutes sometimes rush by in a flash, while hours can stretch out endlessly, blurring the line between past, present, and future. It's like living outside of the clock. Suddenly, time feels more like an ocean than a train track. Moments of deep focus or meditation can seem timeless, while daily routines might drag or disappear without warning. This new sense of now invites you to let go of old anxieties about schedules and outcomes. Instead of fighting it, go with the flow. Notice when you feel most alive or when time stands still for you. Maybe it's during a walk, painting, or even laughing with a friend. Those are clues about where your soul wants to linger. This freedom from time's grip often unlocks a wild rush of creativity and imagination, pulling you into a world of inspiration you never knew you had. Suddenly, ideas pop into your mind like popcorn, each more surprising than the last. You might find yourself doodling, writing, inventing, or dreaming up new solutions to old problems. Artistic expression feels easier, more natural, almost as if you're channeling something rather than trying to think it up. This creative fire isn't just for artists, it's for anyone who's ready to live with more spark and originality. Want to encourage it? Set aside a few minutes each day just to play, draw, write, sing, or even cook in a new way. Let your imagination roam without worrying about being perfect or productive. This openness isn't just a side effect, it's a gateway to living with more joy and wonder. And as you let creativity flow, you might find yourself feeling deeply connected to everything around you, as if the whole universe is pulsing with the same rhythm. There's a moment, quiet, almost sacred, when you realize you're not just living in the world, you're part of it, woven into every leaf, every cloud, every heartbeat. This sense of unity isn't just poetic, it's visceral. You feel a wave of peace and belonging, like you've come home to something ancient and true. This connection brings a deep sense of love, not just for others, but for yourself and the mysterious dance of existence. It's a gentle invitation to let go of separation and embrace the oneness that's always been there, waiting for you to notice. The boundaries fade, and for the first time, everything seems possible. Everything feels meaningful. This state, though profound, is only the beginning, an opening to a lifelong adventure in awareness, healing, and endless discovery. So, now that you know the strange signs, let me ask, how many of them have you brushed off as just a coincidence or all in your head? What if every pressure, hunch, or weird dream was the universe's way of handing you the keys to a new way of living? Imagine what could happen if you stopped doubting and started exploring these signs with curiosity instead of fear. Are you really willing to spend another year sleepwalking through life, or are you ready to wake up and see how deep the rabbit hole goes? If any of these signs rang true for you, don't just sit on that knowledge. Test it out. Try the exercises, journal your experiences, experiment and see what changes. Share your stories and questions in the comments below. Maybe your experience will help someone else on the same path. And if you want to keep expanding your awareness, subscribe and turn on notifications, because this journey is just getting started. Are you ready to see the world with new eyes?